Alright guys, TouchCoB back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday once again so far, and today we're going to talk about Rostermania once again and all the chaos that's gone on over the last 24 hours in the Call of Duty community. A number of roster confirmations, a number of players announcing that they are free agents for next season, some more Rostermania rumours, and also this drama that went down between Assault and Wuskin last night surrounding roster starting spots, and Wuskin potentially not trying as hard because of the Warzone stuff and all of this that may have resulted in him being released off this London team and not getting a starting spot for next season. Really interesting stuff to discuss today. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Tupac Thuglord, yesterday we talked about him being released from the Huntsman, and I think Scum and Hector did tweets saying like pick this guy up, this kind of stuff. He's a free agent for analysis roles next season. Definitely adds fuel to the fire that it's possible that Karma could be coming back as like some sort of coach on this team, and they feel like they don't need 3 coaches if they've still got Sender on the squad as well. Morks announces unrestricted free agent from the Florida Mutineers team. Frosty announces a similar thing. We'll go through the rumours for this squad in a couple of minutes, but Sky's Awakening and probably Pharaoh are going to be the team of 3 on that squad, and who is the 4th? Nobody really knows right now. Very uncertain indeed. Wanted to share this clip really quickly here from Attach, where he talks about he is a free agent on the New York Subliners looking for other opportunities. So we talked the last few days about how Attach wasn't officially released from the Subliners when the rest of the guys are, but it was still my belief that he wasn't going to be on the starting lineup of the Subliners team next season alongside Clayster, Mac and Zuma, as it is rumoured to be right now, and well, Attach effectively confirming that here.
You guys want to see my DMs for intel? Hunter gifted. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any intel in the DMs. I'm a free agent.
So the Call of Duty League comes out with this as well. See the full list of players that have had their extension options exercised for the 2021 Call of Duty League season in this like player tracker website which you can go on. This is kind of misleading to a degree, as we'll look at right here if we just scroll through them. You start with the FaZe guys, of course. A lot of these guys have been extended. But you can see our Maniac and Priester have technically been extended here, but these guys aren't going to be on the FaZe Clan team or aren't going to be on the Atlanta FaZe next season. Rumor has it these guys are going to go to the Minnesota Rocker right now after a bit of back and forth where Priester was going to end up. But you can see a lot of these extensions. General has officially been extended, so they kind of have like 1+1 contracts. Scump, of course, the Dallas Empire guys. But you can see how Clayster has technically been extended as well, even though they are in the process of selling his contract despite extending him, kind of thing. So you know, this doesn't necessarily ring the bell completely, and Pharaoh in a similar position, maybe wanted elsewhere by the New York Subliners, but still on this team for now. And Shawnee was extended. We'll look at that in just a second. Attached technically extended on the Subliners, but he is almost undoubtedly going to go elsewhere. Rumoured once again to the Minnesota Rocker. And as we'll look at in a second, OpTic Gaming extend Draza Quavo, that being Kenny, of course, and Slasher, and well, a couple of names that we'll look through right here. But also another name coming up for sure on the OpTic Gaming Los Angeles team, which hasn't been extended quite yet. So some people still in the works, but thought I'd point out this page if you wanted to keep an eye on it. Shawnee confirmed onto the Royal Ravens, the only player so far confirmed to be returning to the squad. Really cool to see from Shawnee. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. We'll have to talk about how this roster exactly could perform when they do put it together. Current rumor being Shawnee, Dylan CoD wanting to bring him back from free agency, and then Alex from the Minnesota Rocker as a team of 3. No idea who the 4th will be, even if they do manage to secure Dylan back onto the squad. We get this from OGLA as well. Welcome back Slasher, Kenny, and Draza. More info coming soon with the ice emoji, definitely implying TJ is going to be back on this squad as well. And I think Kenny did confirm on stream after that TJ will be on this team once again. So, you know, is that the team of 4, right? Is it Slasher, Kenny, and Draza, and TJ on the team? I'm not so convinced, right? And I don't think necessarily Draza will be a starter on this team. He did tweet this out as well, just lost absolute full, implying that maybe, you know, they've exercised his 1+1 extension contract, and he can do nothing about that, but he might just be stuck on the substitute bench, and, you know, they'll bring someone else in as a starter, rumored to be Priester, potentially Gunless, but Gunless is probably still on Seattle, and then who do they even get as a 4th? Right now, I am very unsure indeed. So maybe they do keep Draza, and that would be really cool to see him on the starting lineup, but I'm not sure it's actually incredibly likely, even though he did have a very solid season, to be honest, when he did join that squad. Cronut CD Lintel points this out from Grayson over at the Toronto Ultra, asking, you know, given this whole Cold War stuff, Marky B, Cammy, Kleenex methods, and Bans, pretty much saying that this is going to be the starting lineup. We talked about yesterday that maybe it won't be, but Kleenex, Cammy, methods, and Bans looks to be the 4. They're also targeting Insight, if you know, Insight got over at the Team 6 Singularity squad as a substitute. He's typically been a main assault rifle, so pretty interesting to see him come in as a substitute, because typically you want your substitutes to be kind of like an SMG player that can fill a number of different roles on the team, rather than it only being Methods that's concerned about losing his spot, I guess. Maybe Insight can run a flex or something like that, if absolutely necessary. But that would certainly be an interesting substitute to bring in, given some of the other ones on the market. He tweets out this gif as well, maybe saying that there's something going on here. And then we get this. Few updates on the stuff we talked about yesterday. I am told apathy may be to the Gorillas. Gunless still likely on Seattle. New York want Ferro, but so does Florida. If rosters locked yesterday, so the day before yesterday, this is what they would look like. So let's just run through these real quick. Atlanta FaZe with Arcites, of course, as we've talked about. Dallas Empire is set. Huntsman is very likely set. Minnesota Rocker, Priester, Attach, Maniac, and Accuracy. Weird squad, definitely could be the case. LAG then, Vivid, Apathy, Silly, and Assault. And we'll talk about this Assault stuff in a second here. And now Aqua is then coming back at Assault. And that may be because Aqua was on this LAG team last season. And now Assault's kind of taken his spot and he's not too happy about that. Seattle Surge, Pristini, Looney, Gunless, Octane as it is right now. All this stuff could change. Very little of this is confirmed. Toronto Ultra, Clean Expanse, Cami Methods. LA OpTic with a question mark here. Draza on the bench for sure, but he could start on the team. Subliners want Ferro, but it's not sure when that's going to be. Attach, of course, as we just looked at, going to go onto this the Minnesota Rocket team up here alongside Accuracy from the New York Subliners. Then you've got the Florida team, which is pretty questionable right now. Awakening Skies, potentially Ferro here. Dylan, maybe Alex and Shawnee on the Ravens. And Paris Legion looking at Pred, Hydra, Zed, and Dens, but all that could change, and I actually think it may have a decent chance of doing so over the coming days. So let's talk about this kind of player drama here. A couple of days ago, we talked about Crimsix calling out, I suppose, GodRx and Assault and some of the New York guys for not getting in the hill, not playing quickly enough for the rest of the team and all that kind of stuff. And GodRx came back and said, look, everyone sees this and automatically assume he's correct. Literally his opinion. Crimsix says, here's another opinion. Your team was good with you and wasn't good after they dropped you. They should have kept you in the original team, but you two, being GodRx and Assault, should have sped up to match the pace of the other guys. And well, this comes back with a bit of drama. So Assault then comes out on the Reddit yesterday and says there's a reason they are off London. Since been deleted, Assault deletes all of his stuff over on the Reddit after he posts it. Because I think, this statement from Crimsix, definitely people were talking about, damn, Assault doesn't want to win, Assault's playing too slow, what's going on? And Assault then came out and said, I'm one of the best minds in CoD, I'm one of the best ARs. To be fair, he is a world champion, you can't take that away from him. You're never going to be able to take that away from him. But he does come out to talk about this Scraps and Wuskin London situation, saying there is a reason they are off London and they don't have offers. They don't take their job serious and chalked scrims to play Warzone all the time and only care about how good they play, as in, they're just playing for kills, just like Crimsix was saying for Assaults. Again, there are reasons they don't have offers. So first of all, saying they don't have offers, and then saying that that's because they don't take their job serious. So pretty big indictment here from Assault. And then, of course, it comes out with the following. This was going to kick off, no doubt at all. Wuskin then says, bro, before you make assumptions like that, DM me or ask me. We never had a choice in the Warzone tournaments bar one, and it was with Tfue. Don't say I didn't care when I was the only one who cared, you fool. This guy cannot be serious, surely, tweeting out the screenshot that we just looked at. And then it comes out, well, Assault then replies, if that's true, what should you speak to then? Because that's not the same story anyone who knows about it has heard. And then, of course, it continues on in a similar vein. People really just must hate me and my bro, that being Scraps, about this didn't care. I built a franchise while streaming all year. This guy doesn't know anything, let me tell you. Then he continues with this, dirt on my name just for putting in more time than anyone else, saying he played Warzone and competitive and, well, put the equal amount of effort into both. It is crazy, and that rumor has probably cost me a starting spot for Season 2 in the CDL. I really cannot believe it. So him saying that not necessarily Assault's comments, but this rumor going around behind the scenes that Wuskin doesn't try too much and all this kind of stuff means that organizations don't want to pick him up, given those opportunities on the table that don't have that kind of dirt, I suppose, as Wuskin is saying on his name. So really strange stuff. And as Wuskin's saying it, sounds pretty likely that he's not going to get a starting spot next season, as he's saying right now. This is some of the discussion from the pros then, as Slasher says, it's not about that. You don't build your brand during practice time unless your team agrees on streaming scrims. I don't know if what I've heard is true or not, but that's unacceptable to your teammates if you're, playing Warzone instead of going to scrims and stuff like that. Assault says, bro, literally London chalked scrims 6 times with us leading up to champs, and every time it was something to do with Warzone. You're going behind their backs, spewing the idea that they are oriented around Warzone and undedicated. If you are defending that, I don't know what to tell you, Adam says Tyler Fellow. Assault then says, whether I went overboard or or not doesn't change the fact that it's their team, that their team told us it was because of Warzone each time. I think a few of them were mandatory for them, and I get that, but I'm telling you, not all of them were. I know we weren't the only team dealing with it either. FaZe said a similar thing, to be honest, how Wuskin and the London guys had chalked to scrim because of a Warzone tournament. Wuskin then comes out with, but that's on me and Matty. This is a problem for our whole team, that you make a Reddit post because of me and Matty in the title. Shady. And Aqua says, well, this, as you can see on screen right here. But as I say, Aqua might be kind of frustrated given Assault seems to be taking his spot, I guess, on the LAG. So honestly, it's just chaos right now, and if this does cost Wuskin a spot, I don't even know what to say anymore. Maybe there's some element of truth to it, right? We can't discount that possibility, but I'm certainly intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Couple of things just before we finish. JCap potentially coaching next season. Krun at CDL Intel says, JCap here was in a stream saying I'm part-time entertainer, probably gonna coach a Call of Duty team next season. And also just this to mention, Krun at CDL Intel brought out a load of list of players that aren't right now known where they're going to go, and Enable and Jerd weren't mentioned on this list, and Enable just said, should I just announce my retirement now, or what's going on? Right there with you. Modern Warfare made over a decade of competing absolutely irrelevant. You hate to see it because Jerd wasn't appearing on this list, and Jerd also talking about trying to get offers, but it's looking pretty unlikely, and it's pretty slim, to be honest, in a 4v4 environment where a lot of teams are just going to get one substitute. A lot of the times continue on with players they held on their team last season. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you are new. As always, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.